I'm a man of peace. I am Shantaram, my man. I am a man of God's peace.
Allegedly.
I always punch up. Always. I've never punched down in my life, but boy, my hair trigger to punch up in the face of authority is something I gotta work on, like big time.
What's going on, Charlie? How are you doing, my man?
Living the dream. Equal parts excited and terrified. You know, we're here rolling out this new offering to the world, Shantaram, the end of a 7-year journey for me. So it's kind of surreal, it's kind of daunting. It's very, very exciting to be rolling this bad boy out.
This place is not working without everyone helping each other.
Why do you help in Sagarwada? I know what I did, what I need to pay for.
Everyone here is running away from something. It doesn't work. Trust me. You can be free of anything but yourself.
You lived with this project for so long, but now you're finally like letting it out to the public. What are you most excited for fans to see?
I'm very excited for those who don't know the novel to be sort of welcomed into this extraordinary world of India and these amazing characters. You know, it's a sexy, dangerous, love-filled, wonderful world that Greg creates in the novel that, I hope that we've done a fairly good job replicating for the screen. So I'm very excited for those who have not gone through the journey of this story to now go through the journey, because it's truly one of my favorite works of fiction of all time. I'm equally excited, but a little daunted by those rabid fans of the book to see our version of it. It's not going to be their version of it. And that makes me scared because, you know yourself, you read fiction and you own the world. It's the landscape of our own imagination. We are the directors as we read the script and when we're reading novels. So everybody has a very clear idea of what their Shantaram is. And that's not what this is going to be for everybody. So it's a little bit daunting. It's a little exciting, that idea that, people are going to come into this with a really heightened sense of expectation. And I just hope we can, somewhat deliver.
Oh, for sure. I think with any adaptation, there is that fear of, oh, the fans are expecting this one thing, how they, like when you're reading a book or you're reading like a screenplay, you picture it, you see it in one way, but when you have it on screen, it's kind of rigid and standard. This is how it is. So what are some of those key differences from the book and how does that play into the series?
I mean, we really tried to remain as faithful as we could, to the source material. It's written in the first person. So Lynn takes you through this sort of curated journey through India. One of the differences that we wanted to make was that we didn't want to show you India through Lynn. We wanted India to introduce itself to you directly as an audience and be actually the most significant character in the show. And sort of Lynn goes through this journey, but he's not the narrator. He's not the eyes of the audience necessarily.
I'm number one guide in Bombay.
Thank you, but no.
Yes, sir. But only after 3 no's it is a true no.
For a man who doesn't want trouble, you keep interesting company.
When I ask something of you, you will do it, or this place will burn.
So I think that it was one important choice that we had to make in how we were going to tackle the source material. But, for the most part, we've really just tried to bring to life with as much integrity as possible, what Greg put on the page.
No, I think that's really comes through on screen. The environment is so vibrant and it's so alive. Like you really get the sense that, you, the viewer, are there with, the characters. And I think it's a testament to, the filmmaking and just the whole process and how you were able to immerse yourselves into that culture. So that's, kudos, hats off. I will say, though, it does look very hot. It looks very, very hot.
It was hot. We shot 2 different places. Well, we shot 3 different places. We shot in Australia, we shot in India, and we shot in Thailand. Because by the time we got back to shoot the meat of the first season, Delta had basically shut India off. So we weren't able to go and shoot there. So we had to pivot really quickly and go to Thailand instead. And Thailand is hot in the summer.
I would imagine. Yeah, the sweats. I can see the sweats off your forehead. I was like, yes, that is a hot climate. Well, we know Charlie isn't a criminal, but your character Lynn is. But you though, if you were given the opportunity to break out of prison, are you taking that chance? Let's say you're doing a 12 to 15-year stint in prison. Are you taking the opportunity to break out?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I am. Man, I got to tell you, I was talking about this this morning with my lady. I had an issue that sort of triggered me, and I got really angry. And she said, you have ancestral trauma. I come from a place in the north of England that there was very, very little freedom. Like it was a socioeconomically profoundly depressed place. You worked in a factory, down a coal mine, or at a shipyard. The rate of death in those environments was super high. It was a subsistence wage. You basically could afford to just barely eat for that. And there was no entrepreneurship. There was no autonomy over life unless you went out and seized it. And part of that seizing it was having a sort of violently anti-authoritarian view of the world. Like, you cannot subjugate me. You cannot tell me what I am and what I'm able to do with my life. And I didn't realize like how much I inherited that from my forefathers. And it's misplaced in my life now, but it's this like roiling, like insanity. I always punch up, always. I've never punched down in my life, but boy, my hair trigger to punch up in the face of authority is something I got to work on, like big time. And so I thought about that because I asked Greg, why you were 20 some years old, you had a 10-year stretch to do, you're going to be out before you were 40, yet you climbed the wall and risked a bullet to the back of the head. Like, why'd you do that? He said, I didn't like being told what to do.
That's powerful. That's like you almost like put yourself in the character's shoes. And I did a little research on you, and I know you like to fight. So
I'm a man of peace. I am Shantaram, man. I am a man of God's peace.
Allegedly.
Listen, I sort of present myself as a gangster to the world through the roles I do, but actually, like, I'm a hippie to the soul.
Talking about your roles, you're no stranger to physical roles. Was preparing for this any different than some of your previous roles?
Man, the dialect. That Australian dialect is a slippery fish to get a hold of. They make sounds there that literally don't exist in any dialect anywhere in the world. Like the O sound, like we'd say phone, they say fine. It's like it's almost impossible if your tongue doesn't know how to make that sound to make it. So in terms of the preparation physically, it was my tongue that I was working, hardest of all.
To me, hear you say that getting the accent down was the hardest part is just very shocking.
Really, because you didn't necessarily. I mean, obviously, people think in Australian does have all of its origins in English and particularly in Southern English, which admittedly, I did a film called Green Street Hooligans and probably did the worst London accent ever committed to film. Maybe second to Rip Van Winkle, but it was hard. It was hard, but I'm glad that you're surprised because it indicates that maybe I didn't do quite as bad as a job as I thought I did.
No, you did fantastic. I mean, I'm American, so what do I know? I'll have my Aussie friend. She'll really give the final letter grade on your accent. But that's all the time that we have for today. Thank you, Charlie, for hanging out with me, man. It's been a pleasure.
Hey, right on, my brother. Thank you.
It took me a long time. Some hard lessons to learn what I know about chasing redemption. I was a wanted man with a price on my head. But for now, I was free. I was on the run with no home and no country. Bombay was a place where everyone started new.
Look out! You're lucky I was here.
Maybe you're my guardian angel.
Definitely not.
What brings you to Bombay, Lynn?
Nothing. We all have secrets.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Everyone here is running away from something. It doesn't work. Trust me.
You should have gone when you had the chance.
You can be free of anything but yourself.
I guess I need to be running towards something.